Hello YouTubers, Tross here, and we're continuing playing Kerbal Space Program First Contract, and hopefully this time we'll get to the moon. So I've made a few corrections to the ship. I've added, well, let's load it up here, and 20B. No, that was 2B. B. There we go. So the biggest change is the fuel on this first stage to drop. Since this stage is fueling all the engines, it goes through the fuel quickly, so I've basically almost doubled the amount of fuel it has. We do take off a little slower, but because we have more engines running for longer, we reach a higher speed quicker, which in the long run gives us a lot more boost into space. Other than that, I corrected the staging on these engines, and with this extra fuel, this stage will now last longer than these solid boosters, so that fixes the earlier staging issue. And I think with all this, we are able to get into orbit with a slight bit of fuel left in the center. But we'll find out about that momentarily. Let's just make sure we have the right crew. Yeah, look at that. Jeb and Bill, you guys are taking the day off. We're going to go with Nellery and Seafree. And they will be manning the science lab when we get to that. But now it's time to launch. And there we go. Let's pull up the resources. Turn on SAS. Put the throttle to full. And we are going to lift off in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that's a pretty nice liftoff. Picking up speed decently. I'm going to throttle down when we get close to 200 because we don't want to go faster than that, at least below 10,000 when the air is the thickest. So you basically just get a lot of extra drag and using fuel. That will also help guarantee that our solid engines run out before the liquids. So maybe in a few seconds here we're about 180 or so meters per second. And I'm going to throttle down a bit. And as soon as the solids run out, back up. Alright, let's start the gravity turn here. So about there. There goes this first stage. And away it goes. We're looking pretty good. Let's turn on the lights. It is daytime, but helps highlight the contours of the ship. It's mostly cylinders, but as we start to get against the blackness, it helps. Alright, tilt over a little more here. Let's see how we're doing. Up to about 40, which is pretty good. Picking up speed nicely. A little north of 90, so let's correct that a bit. Oh, we're doing really nice. I want to get that up to about 75 or so. We have a lot of this fuel, and we need to pick up some speed. So I'm basically almost completely over. I'm only about 5 degrees up. I think it will take a lot of this fuel to actually come up to speed. Actually, I don't want to be going down right now. I just want to be aimed up slightly. We're just gonna barely edge into space here while trying to get our speed up to orbital speed, and yeah, we're running pretty low on fuel, so we'll get there though. Seems to be picking up speed decently now, but probably gonna run out here. We're not quite in an orbit. Well, we're in an orbit, but we're not quite out of the atmosphere. We're actually dipping back in right now. Not quite exactly going to plan, but this should suffice. We have enough momentum that we should be able to bring ourselves through this little top part of the atmosphere. Now we just need to get to the moon. It's one thing I forgot to do. Disable crossfeed. Because we are actually pulling fuel out of the lander stage, which is not really what we want to do. Alright, so there's the moon. Which means we want to have a maneuver about here to get to the moon. Ooh. That's getting us higher. Yeah, something like that should be good. How we doing here? We're still down in the atmosphere a bit, but we're about to approach the lowest point. And our highest point is still up above 100, so we should be good. Let's, well, since we're in the atmosphere, we can't actually fast forward. We have to do physical time warp, or physics time warp. We're just about to hit the bottom here. And now we're coming back up. Everybody looks happy, or at least not frightened. Alright, we're starting to come up and out. And as soon as we're actually out of the atmosphere, I'm going to deploy the solar panels. We got a 4 on the science orbiter and 4 on the lander. And we have batteries, but we still have plenty of electricity, but recharging the batteries would be a good thing. Here we come. Here we go. We are in space. Alright, this should be deploying the solar panels. And we are recharging. Look at that. Alright, we have about 18 minutes. And we're going to have a pretty long burn here. So let's warp around until it's time for the burn. Got something there. Alrighty, here we go behind Kerbal. And in just a few seconds, come out of warp. See, something like that. Need to turn around here. And we're going to start when there's just about a minute to go. Something like that. And we're going to start thrusting now. This is probably going to use about half our fuel. But it will get us to the moon. And from there we can... well, we're going to be leaving the science lab in orbit, and so future missions can use it as well. Alright, we're actually getting close to the amount of thrust and the delta V we have to apply, so let's throttle way down so we have more control. I want to bring this periapsis down to about 30 or so. Alright, that's about as low as I want to go. Don't want to get it too close. And yep, that did use about half our fuel. And slowing down at the moon will use a little bit more, but we still should have enough fuel to refuel this once or twice. Refuel the lander. So there's the moon. It's almost directly there we go, in the sun from our point of view, at least currently. So let's say goodbye to Kerbal as we time warp out to the moon. Just slowing down because these transitions do jump a little if you're fast forwarding. So there's the moon almost blocking the sun again, causing an eclipse. And you'll see in a second this should flip around. There it goes. We are now in the moon's sphere of influence. So we're just going to add a maneuver here and slow down into orbit. 25 by 29, 28. It's not too bad. There we go. Just gotta get it right over the center of the periapsis, and that will even your, or make sure your apoapsis and periapsis are as close as possible. Now, having to burn that accurately is another matter. So this burn is a little less than half as much as to get out here. It'll only be about 50 seconds long or so. Almost lost the moon again. So let's just time warp in. We got a little over an hour and a half. A little bit of an eclipse. Alright, we're 3 minutes out. Or a little over 3 minutes. Let's I'm going to turn on RCS because we have RCS, and I'm going to spin around here and prepare to brake. While we're out here, let's get some readings. These are the materials bay. Let's keep that data. And what else we got here? Observe the goo. Keep that data. And gravity data. Keep that data. Ooh, that was over the east crater, did it say? Log temperature. Keep that data. So it looks like we may be able to get different science, not just from EVA reports and crew reports. I wanted to get the crew report. Yeah, EVA report there, Bob. Alright. And I can't get a accelerometer, so we're not on the ground, and I don't have pressure sensors because there's no atmosphere. So that about covers it. So about 26 seconds from the node is when we'll start the burn, which is real soon now. About 10 seconds away. Alrighty. So, watch the map here. We are in an orbit now. It's just coming down. Stay on target here. .30 by 25. That's decent enough. And yeah, let's switch to this camera view. Free was good. All right. So the first thing I want to try to do is get some science over various biomes. So it looks like we had one. And can I log gravity data again? Alright, we're not going to do that one. Log gravity data? Midlands. Alright. EVA. EVA report. Let's keep the data. Take data and board. I think that's what we have to do in order to not overwrite everything. And in just a short bit, we're going to be over this. And I think this counts as a part of a canyon or something. So we'll have to make sure we get data from there. It's this area up here. I'll have to do we get close science now? Near the moon. Let's keep the data. Surf mystery cube. Keep the data. I think we are high over the moon before, but maybe not. Alright, here we are, we're about to go over that area, I think. No. Not yet. No. Did we miss it? Twin craters. Keep the data. EVA. EVA report. We missed it. Yeah, we're only going over the edge. Alright, so we got seismic data, but not the EVA report. Next thing is one of these big craters. Bigger craters, not these big craters. And that looks like a good one right there. So, yeah, fast forward here. And Midland craters. Keep data. EVA. EVA report. Keep data. Take data. Board. Alright, at this point, we have 4 pieces of gravity from different locations, and it's now time to process it because we can't store any more. So, we're gonna get Nulry here to EVA. And you're gonna let go, turn on your pack, and you're gonna be very careful here. That was back away slowly, move up a bit. Grab, and you're gonna board. Okay. And we're gonna do the same thing here with Seafree. Let's EVA out. Turn on your pack. Head on up here a bit. And you're gonna grab. You're gonna board. So we're gonna process lab data. Let's process that. Let's keep that. Process the next thing. Gravity scan. Oh, that's going to take a while. Can I just... click everything to be processed. I mean, the other stuff didn't get processed, or do I just have to... Well, I'm assuming I have to wait till we get more charge, but it does not look like it works like the antennas do, and they just continue sending when there is charge. So they don't continue processing, apparently. And we got bit more time, but we're gonna run out of sun in maybe 20 minutes or so. Alright, let's process that. Okay, it seems like it does pick up where it left off. Why are we wobbling around so much? Alrighty, that increased. Processing the next gravity scan. Looks like we can do the gravity scans take longer, so it looks like we can basically recharge while still processing. Obviously at a slower rate, but we're... Oh, no, actually it is going down. Not too quickly, though. It's almost at zero there for a minute. Our wobbling is... What happens if I just... Wobbling is causing some of the solar panels to misalign from the sun, or misalign from a perfect alignment, and so generate less electricity. Alright. Another gravity scan here. This is the slow and tedious part of science and space exploration. Almost done processing. Let's keep that data. There we go. We're getting close to losing the sun. Alright, this is almost done processing. Is that everything? And that appears to be everything. So I'm just gonna let us charge back up. And do we have Kerbal in our view? Don't think we do, actually. We're on the dark side, basically. It's hard to see, but I think there may be another big crater over here that we'll want to get science from. Alright, as soon as we're all charged back up, or just thereabout, can we click on one of these antenna? We have an antenna right here. And let's say transmit data. And we're gonna transmit all. And our power's going down, but we transmitted some science from around the moon. And we've achieved orbit around the moon. And we're getting close to running out of power, but we should be getting near the end of all the data we're transmitting. No, we are out of power. But we're still generating, so it's not that bad. Okay, we are charging back up, and the sun is going to set in just a minute here. So we don't want to do anything else that would use too much power. I would want to clean the experiments, but doing that right now would, well, use all our power, and then the sun would go behind the moon, at least from our point of view, and we wouldn't be able to finish that. It looks like there's a big crater here we want to get some science from. And yeah, so we'll do another orbit or two, and we'll see how things go. So let's fast forward here. And yeah, we just about filled up. And then the sun went behind the moon. Or we went behind the moon. Depending on your point of view. And yeah, let's try about here. It's hard to tell. I know the gravioli detector here. We're over the far side crater. Let's keep that data. Let's EVA and get an EVA report. Keep that data and board again. See what else we can do here. Just trying to pull up my handy map of the moon. Alright, it's hard to see here. There's apparently highlands surrounding this crater. So if we just wait a bit, at some point we should be over highlands. Highlands! Keep the data. EVA. Keep the data. Alright. We already have Midlands. There's another crater, I think maybe up here, but we're not going to pass over at this orbit. Well, for now I think the best course of action is just to fast forward along till we're back into the sun and we can clean the experiments. Alright. Just gotten in the sunlight and just about fully recharged. Let us clean the experiments. That clean everything? Yeah, process lab data. Alrighty. Let's keep the data. I'm going to process that. while that's processing, let's empty. We're gonna refuel the lander. So we accidentally borrowed a little fuel from it. And then need to balance these. So when there are alright. Well, out here. That one, they're about the same. That's pretty good. And we need to do the same here. That's pretty good as well. And let us transmit our data. Antenna is right here. Alright. Do you fall off, Nori? Put on your headlight here. There we go. Grab board. Let's go out this door. It's a little easier. Grab board. Alright, I think we're now gonna attempt for landing. Means we have to decouple the node. Let's turn on RCS and thrust away slightly. Thinking that was down, hopefully. No. That's down. Yep. A maneuver that's going to be relatively quick, but I want to do something like that. And we're going to try landing right in there. Something like that. Let's start burning, but it needs a stage to do that. Should be the last time we stage. That's pretty good, I think. At that point, we want to basically come to a stop. So we have probes aboard that, so that's still controllable. But we'll leave it in orbit and land and gather some science. Let's put our gear down. And basically this is the small little crater that we kind of missed the first time. Or at least missed the crew report on. And this is going to be not a very big target. But there it is. Should be able to hit it. The only problem is slowing down in time. We are traveling decently. We got about 500 meters per second to slow down. It says it's going to take a whole minute, so we don't want to start this burn late. So be in the ground if we do. So see the orbiter, science orbiter. It says we're going to come down close. It still looks like we're pretty far. If this is... maybe that little bit. Okay, that may be that. That might have been... We're not... Okay. Alright, that is not where we're landing. We are landing... Looks like up here. Or at least that's where we're hoping to land. Yeah, this is, I believe this is called the Twin Craters. Kinda... two craters semi-connected. And, this counts as a different biome from the rest of the surface. Or most of the rest of the surface. And it's also near Midlands and also a Midland crater, so we'll see what we can hit. There's basically 3 targets in this area. We're even not that high, not that far from Highlands, but it's probably back here. Bit early, maybe not at full throttle. Just don't want to pass by the crater. But then again, we don't want to not enter the crater. Throttle up the way. The node's in 25 seconds or so, and we have about 50 seconds of burning still, and I don't want to really... I can pass by the node. I don't want to pass by it too far, though. let's actually cut there. Generally, I like coming down straight down, but I think that crater may be the one that's counted as a Midlands crater. It looks a little darker and deeper than the rest. Alright, now I'm not sure the altitude of this. It's probably about 3,000 or so. Let's get ready to slow down here. After I hit 5,000, we're getting ground scatter. Let's slow down. We may be having a problem here. Alright, now we're coming basically straight down. I hope this counts as in and not somewhere over there. We'll see. We'll still get science from here, even if it doesn't count as in the crater. Where's the shadow? Where's the sun? Almost directly overhead. Now we can see the lights on, and yeah. Should watch my speed. Basically stopped. Didn't want to do that. Let's not hit that boulder. Alright, slow it down. RCS. Don't tip. Alright, that was a bit rough of a landing, but we made it. There's only one thing... Well, there's a few things left to do right now. Let's quickly get some science here. We are in the twin craters. Let's keep that data. Observe the mystery goo. Keep that data. Get some temperature. Keep that data. Log some seismic data. Log some gravity data. And let's EVA. Come on. Let's EVA report. Let's take a surface sample. And let's plant the flag. There we go. First moon landing. Let's get a better view of it. And there we are. And call that an episode. Come back next time as we explore more of the surface of the moon in Kerbal Space Program First Contract. See you then. Thanks for watching.